Hello, mathematicians. Today's lesson is titled Adding and Subtracting Fractions and Mixed Numbers. Let's go. Our first example is going to be 2/3 plus 3/4. Now, the thing about adding fractions that you probably remember is that you cannot add two fractions unless they have a common denominator. A denominator or the bottom of the fraction that is the same. So let's set this up the way I like to write it. What I'm going to have you do is take your 2/3 and don't bring it directly underneath. I want you to bring it a little bit off to the left, like that. Bring your plus sign right underneath, and you can bring the 3/4 right underneath. So the only number that kind of gets skewed is the first number, 2/3. Then I want you to put an equal sign behind both fractions, followed by a box. And inside each of the boxes, we're going to put a division bar because we're going to create a new fraction. So the easiest way to find a common denominator is to take the current denominators, 3 and 4, and multiply them. So 3 times 4 is 12, and that's what's going to go here and here. We've already studied how to create equivalent fractions through multiplication, so we're going to ask ourselves, 3 times what equals 12? I hope you're thinking 4. 3 times 4. Whatever we do to the bottom, we must certainly do to the top to keep balance and equivalency. 2 times 4, that's going to be 8. Let's come over here. 4 times 3 equals 12. 3 times 3 is 9. Now to finish this problem, all we have to do is take the two fractions in the boxes and add them together. We know our denominator will be 12. That's the whole reason we made it. 8 plus 9 is how we're going to get our numerator. So 8 plus 9 is 17. And there's our answer. The only problem is the answer is improper, and we don't want to leave improper fractions. So let's put an equal sign and do a little side work, do a little SW over here, side work, to get this to a mixed number. So we'll take 17 and we'll divide it by 12. Okay, 12 cannot squeeze into 1, but we can fit 1/12 into 17. 1 times 12 is 12. And when we subtract, we get 5. So my mixed number and final answer will be 1 and 5/12. And that's how you add two fractions together that didn't originally have a common denominator. Okay, let's try one with subtraction. Let's take 4/5 minus 1/2. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to bring the 4/5 down a little to the left. We'll drop the minus and drop the 1/2. We need to make space to create equivalent fractions. And if I'm going too fast, you can hit pause to keep up with me. And we'll put a little division bar here and here. Okay, now we need our common denominator. So let's take 5 times 2. Well, that's 10. So we're going to have a 10 here, 10 here. How do we grow a 5 to a 10? We multiply by 2. 4 times 2, 8. How do we grow a 2 to a 10? Times 5, times 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Now we subtract, make sure we're subtracting 8/10 minus 5/10. Well, we know it's going to be some amount of tenths. 8 minus 5 is 3. 3/10. Hey, that's proper, so we're good there. And I don't think I can divide the top and the bottom by the same number to simplify, so I'm just going to go with a final answer of 3/10. Excellent. We're going to do one last example. I wanted to do one with mixed numbers. What should you do if you're adding mixed numbers? Well, there's just one extra step I'm going to ask you to do, and that is to create an improper fraction for each of these before we proceed. So really quickly, 1 and 1/2, let's make it improper. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So let's write this as 3 over 2 plus 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1, 11 over 5. Now we'll follow the same steps as we did before. So we'll bring the 3 over 2 a little bit to the left, bring down the plus, bring down 11/5. We'll put our equal signs behind each fraction, our box for our new and improved equivalent fractions, and let's get that common denominator. Oh, it looks like it's going to be 10 again. 2 times 5, that's 10. 10. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5, let's make that 15. 5 times 2, 10. 11 times 2, 22. Let's add the boxes. We know that bottom will be 10. 15 plus 22, I think that's 37. That's improper, so let's mix it. Now you might be at the point where you can do this in your head, like how many 10s squeeze into 37 and then how many are left over? If you can do that, go for it. If not, you come off to the side, do a little long division. 10 cannot squeeze into 3, that's a no-go. But we can fit 3 of them into 37, giving us a 30 with 7 left over. Final answer, 3 7/10. Thanks for watching and happy trails to you.